on YouTube Live?
We are.
Oh.
Oh, you have to go straight up for live? Does it have to be? It has to be like that for live? For YouTube Live, it has to be vertical, I guess.
No, because I did it YouTube Live for salary. How's it looking?
It's saying orientation is locked, rotate device back. Whatever that means.
That never happened. I never. Oh, is your phone screen locked? Probably tricked the setting.
I don't think so. No, because look, as soon as I put it vertical.
Because it's a button. Well, I don't know, but it's a button where, like, if you lock it, it stays there, like it won't move. But if you unlock it, it should be able to let you.
Is it like?
It's probably like if you drop down or your settings.
What did I hit? Oh, auto rotate. Do I want that on?
There we go.
Okay.
That should work now. It should be straight.
Oh, it's still giving me the orientation is locked. We could just do it vertically for it today.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it.
I mean, as long as it's getting both of them.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
J&J Sports 112.
We're getting kind of behind the scenes.
Y'all ready for this heat? It's coming.
Video. And we have the wired mics on.
Yes, sir.
And we're rolling.
They're good, too.
All right. Here we go.
Check you out. Oh yeah, we already got people on then. All right. Check mine. All right, now we're good.
Everybody at the Jokey James audience, this is J&J Sports crossover. So I thought I'd let y'all know we have a sports show.
Yeah, make sure y'all go subscribe, check that out. Y'all don't want to miss it.
Where can they find them?
JJ Sports UHD on YouTube, TikTok, all just straightforward. All right, let's get into it, James. Father, we come here today, first of all, to say thank you. Thank you for just all the technology you're blessing us with. Thank you for keeping us together. Thank you for just getting us to this point. We've been through a long journey. We ask for guidance through this show. We ask for just everything that we need to succeed in this show and sports world, and just keep us together. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Let's do it, man. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody. I'm Jomyrin, your favorite sports analyst with my favorite co-host,
James Derwin.
and y'all finna get served with J&J Sports episode 112. James, man, how you feeling, man?
I feel excellent. Beautiful Saturday morning here.
Oh, man, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing. First of all, thank God for this beautiful Saturday, this studio. we got some heat, James. We've been covering this series, you guys, and we've been strong on this series. And it's finally going to come to an end today. James, man, so let's go over the overview of OKC versus the Pacers, game 5 and 6, man. You ready?
I'm ready.
So, game 5. Oklahoma City came back in charge and took the lead in the series 120 to 109, making it 3-2. I was very impressed by OKC in game 5, James. I mean, what they did was just, it was exactly what I was talking about as far as defense, as far as, you know, doing a little extraordinary. Did you catch this game 5, man?
Yeah, and game 5, that's when OKC really put everything together and was playing probably the best we've seen them play.
Definitely this was the best that we've seen them play as far as just having both offense and defense on both sides, making it hard. Just to get us started, man, what was OKC's major advances in this game, game 5?
I think that major focus that they had on defense and just their major focus they've had on defense throughout the season going into the postseason.
Yeah,
has definitely been helpful.
I would have to say the same thing. The good defense, I say this, just the ball movement and control was just, it's like they took authority in this game, and they made it real hard for them. And I think they was a little bit more aggressive this time around for this game 5, which that's what we want. That's what we want to see. We want to see, don't just let them have it, like really make them work for it. So also Tyrese did get hurt in this game 5, James. I don't know if you've seen that clip. His right leg, he had a calf injury falling and pulling that muscle, and he had to stay out the rest of the game. So a lot of people were saying that had a lot to do with that too, which I kind of agree because he is the main star on the team. So
you think he's gonna be able to like heal up and?
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna be able to heal up. Like I said, I was watching some of the post game afterwards, and he just sounded like, you know, it's nothing. You know, I'm gonna get back in it. So I could see if he was down for a long time, and you know, I'm like, okay, it's bad, but you know, he got back up. So
it sounds like it didn't mess with his confidence.
Yeah, it did. It didn't break him down. So that's the good thing about it. But game 6, we're gonna. I'll let you guys know if we've seen him in there. And then the second question: how can the Pacers tie this thing in game 6 to go to the game 7, man? Because it's at this point it's 3-2. What do they need to do?
They got to play some of the hardest basketball they've ever played. I mean, this is, you know, OKC is a challenge, and going into this, they were underdogs. So I don't know if anybody really saw them this close, although I know you had some predictions for.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with Shy getting the MVP, I knew, like, dude is he's just like a problem on the court. Every time I watch him, it's like, can't nobody really, it's either somebody's not really playing defense on him, or he's just hard to kind of control in that paint. So I think that's what it is. Like, I agree with you. They would have to match OKC energy as far as this game 5, making it harder as well. Seeing, you know, because I know they probably didn't expect OKC to come the way they did, especially what the Pacers did in game 4. So it's like, yeah, for sure, you guys. So, and then if we get into the player of the game for this game 5, man, I had to give it to Jalen Williams, man. 40 points. 14 from 25 from field goal range. Dude was phenomenal. He's another one that's like, he's real hyped up and pumped up for the game. How you feel about Jalen Williams, man? He's pretty decent.
Yeah, I think he's one of the standout players so far in the finals. You know, just looking at both teams.
You guys, I think he's like the secondary player under Shai Alexander. Because, like, say if Shai's not really playing, he's the guy that would take over for OKC, you know, in the game. So, shout out to you, man. I had to give you that shout out. And if we get into some of the key points for this game, man, the team's ball movement and steals early in the second quarter. Halliburton's injury, of course, and then Shai assist game. I mean, James, he was passing it left and right. I like the fact that you know you can score, but you're not selfish. If you see a better opportunity, you give it to that player. So I like players like that, James, for sure. But we'll keep you guys updated. That was game 5 overview, 3-2. So let's get into this game 6, James. This is what we've been waiting for right here.
It is.
James, I was getting nervous thinking about this, man, but that I might lose this bet against you. But guess what, man? We're going to game 7. right? Pacers came back, won Game 6 in this series. We finally get to see who the 2025 NBA champions will be, James, tonight. Just to get us more in depth, how did you expect this Game 6 to turn out after everything we kind of just reviewed with 5? What were you expecting with this Game 6?
I was expecting Oklahoma to, get it together and OKC to win the game handily and maybe just end the series right there.
That's kind of, when I thought Halliburton got hurt, that's kind of what I thought was going to happen. Like, okay, they finna dog him out this last game, big lead, But once I seen Tyrese was playing, I'm like, okay, well.
This definitely says something about the Pacers' teamwork.
Yeah,
how cohesive they are.
Yeah, they don't quit. I mean, that's how you know how bad they want it. Like somebody wants it. So for me, I would have to say I was nervous for the Pacers mainly because of that injury, but he came back to play, James. He was showing out for sure. The plays, what's one of the plays that stood out to you, man, in this game? Because it was a lot that I
would say probably T.J. McConnell's 2 missed foul balls.
Oh
I know those definitely stood out to me.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to say the block pass from the Pacers with a 3-point lead that was an amazing play. And I'm gonna get into the player of the game for this Game 6. The 2 steal passes from Halliburton. This is what I like to see, James. He knows he's the main scorer, the main factor, but if you could come out and really help on defense, that's how you can change the game for OKC. You know what I mean? Like, I see him getting steal passes. I'm like, oh yeah, he's activated, and that's what you want to see, right? Because that's what makes the game exciting. James, this Game 7 will be an epic battle. Do you think both teams will play good defense, and who do you think will take the Game 7?
They need to play excellent defense. I kind of looking at Game 6. One of the things that kind of stood out was the lineup in the third quarter that OKC put out, and that almost was in the Pacers' favor. They were playing the kind of basketball that the Pacers wanted to because it was the smaller lineup.
Right.
I noticed.
My thing is, can they do it back to back? Because what I've been noticing, James, it's been a back and forth match. One win, one win, one win. It's like, that's what makes it the nail biter, you guys. That's what makes it nerve wracking. Like, who's gonna really take this one?
Yeah, more entertainment for the fans is always good.
Right. So, if we get into the player of the game, I'm gonna have to say, like you said, man, T.J. McConnell. He was all over the place, James, and he really made himself known in this Game 6, you guys. I don't know if y'all paid attention, but he made himself known with only 12 points. But I'm talking about steals, defense. That's the type of player you want. If he could play like this tonight, hey.
One of the things I really loved about T.J. McConnell, too, was after the game during press conference, his dad came over and kind of crashed the press conference, and he was so excited. He had
he showed out.
He was talking about how he was always harder on his son than his daughter, because Megan McConnell, T.J.'s sister, is in the WNBA.
Okay, right. No, man, he showed out for sure. Like I said, where you been at, man? You definitely popped up in this game, so we gonna see, can you do that same thing for Game 7? But yeah, 12.6 from 12 from field goal, all over the court, offense and defense, man. Shout out to you. I had to give you the player of the game. But you guys, this is the moment of truth. Game 7 tonight. Super excited, and we're dropping this segment for Game 7 tonight. So you guys, please stream that. I'm excited. We've been locked in, and then the next show, we'll announce the winner and see what the bet is, man, for sure. But we got some sports news of the day, man. You ready?
Ready.
First up, NFL cornerback Richard Sherman was charged with DUI following an arrest that happened in 2024. So a kind of blast from the past came back up on him, some old. How you feel about this news, man? It seemed like it's came back on him.
Yeah, this was probably one of those things that sat in the court for a long time, and he probably hired decent attorneys to represent him, and they just kind of kept pushing it along. And him getting charged with the DUI, I'm sure that it was like a plead out. So it's like if you plead to this, then it'll be a lesser
right. Okay.
thing.
So, you guys, we'll keep you guys updated on Richard Sherman. A lot of people were saying like he should just hire a driver. I don't know. I guess he was driving drunk. You guys, please inform me in the comments what happened. But he should get out the situation. This shouldn't be a big deal. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. Richard Sherman, for sure. Next up, man, hockey, NHL hockey. The Florida Panthers have won the 2025 championship NHL Hockey Stanley Cup games. And I had a feeling they were going to win because how tough they were playing. I mean, that last segment, y'all can check this out. Blood running. You could tell they wanted it badly. You know what I'm saying? USA, Florida. How you feel about them winning?
Yeah, that was exciting. And, Edmonton is really not happy about the whole situation.
Absolutely.
And what was, I think, really interesting was the fact that it was, Florida, a United States team versus a Canadian team. That made it a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Back-to-back championships, back-to-back cups. So, I mean, I'm happy for them. I'm happy it's USA. I would rather a USA team win anyway, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Can they do the three-peat?
I think they can. But I think this next one, somebody gonna make it hard for them. So we'll see which team. Y'all comment y'all favorite hockey teams though. We've been locking in on hockey real closely, and we definitely gonna cover that draft. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. Now, man, we gotta go to the Swish basketball side of things, man. So Mark Walter agrees to purchase a percentage of $10 billion in ownership of the LA Lakers franchise. James, this will make the Lakers franchise the richest franchise out of all the NBA teams. How you feel about him making this deal?
This kind of makes him a major, I guess, sports mogul over there in Los Angeles. To own the Dodgers, to own the Lakers. And when I kept hearing this at first, I thought that people on the news were saying Mark Wahlberg, but
that's what I kind of thought too. Man, I know that's crazy. Definitely crazy. So we look at the list. Lakers will be $10 billion, then the Celtics is $6.1 billion, and then the Mavericks is $3.5 billion. So
this has me wondering about, I guess, other sports too, and how much the teams are going to be worth, because these team prices just keep rising.
And I know baseball numbers is crazy. I'm pretty sure whoever ownerships of if he owns the Dodgers, right?
I believe, yes.
You believe so? So you guys will check out his network, but I know the baseball numbers are crazy to own it.
I wonder if maybe baseball is more expensive because there's so many games.
So many games, like I don't know if it's in the triple double range, but I know it's something like it's in the billions, astronomical, you guys. So we'll keep you guys updated on that situation, and shout out to him for sure. Let's get into the tougher side, man. UFC fighter Dustin Poirier will have my favorite rapper, Lil Wayne, walk him out in the UFC fight that will be held in my city in New Orleans. So this is some great news, James. Because I don't like how Lil Wayne got done at the BET Awards. They kind of, just pampered down on his legacy. How you feel about this news, though?
This is exciting, and considering it's held in New Orleans, I mean, who else would they have to walk
to really
Poirier
to really do it? I mean, he's the Prince of New Orleans, so yeah.
I think they should lead to crossovers for rappers who maybe want to challenge each other.
And he's a real big sports guy too. He likes the Green Bay Packers and
skateboards.
Yeah, like he's a real. So I mean, that makes sense. All of that makes sense. So shout out to you, Lil Weezy, man. I appreciate you. We'll keep you guys updated on when that's gonna be, for sure. Now, James, this one really upset me, and this is gonna be the finisher right here. I really didn't agree with this. The Memphis Grizzlies have traded Desmond Bain to the Orlando Magic. James, like, why would they do that? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, he was perfectly fine over there with the Grizzlies. Why do you think they made this trade?
Orlando wanted him, so maybe it was more that Orlando wanted him more than Memphis wanted to keep him and whatever they got in return for the trade.
And that's what I'm going to kind of get into what they traded him for. For Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, and first 4-round picks. Which, I mean, that's more of a benefit, I feel like, still for Orlando. Because it's like, he's a good player. Like, he's a good, tough player. You know what I mean? So I didn't really agree with that situation. And I know Jomyrin, I know he doesn't agree with that. You know what I mean?
That's a lot, though. That's a ton of like the picks and also the players that they got.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot. So, I mean, hopefully it works out better for the Grizzlies. But to me personally, I think Orlando got the better deal. That's just me speaking, because I mean, you don't know how these dudes are gonna play. You know what I mean? It's like I notice, like when we see these trades, wherever that player, that main player, he just starts going crazy on the other team. You know what I mean? So, like the AD effect when he got traded to, he was snapping in the beginning. You know what I mean? So we'll keep you guys updated.
It was pretty interesting too, what he had mentioned too about he's really happy to make the trade to Orlando.
Yeah.
He was saying like the
he kind of just he embraced it. I like the, he didn't. It wasn't no hard feelings, but I know deep down these players be hurt getting traded, because like you play with these guys for a long time, and you think it's some type of loyalty, right? But that's just how it goes.
I saw a quote of him saying the training facility in Orlando is much better, and that there weren't any windows at the training facility with Memphis.
Yeah, I read some of the comments, you guys, when he said that. They were like, "Well, you get paid $200 million. Why are you worried about windows?" But no, I get what he's saying though. You know what I mean? It's an upgrade, and God took you to that upgrade level. So, but overall, James, do you think this is a smart trade for the Grizzlies? Do you think they should have? Or do you think this is a smart trade again?
I think the Grizzlies are going to figure it out. It was definitely a smarter trade for Orlando.
Yeah. I think so, too. So, you guys, y'all let us know how y'all feel about it. Do y'all feel like it was a smarter trade more on the Orlando side? Or did the Grizzlies get the better package? So, we'll keep you guys updated. Before I pass it over to my co-host, James, we got to get into college quarterback Lenore Sellers, man. He just announced that he will be staying at South Carolina to play. James, how you feel about college football right now, Jenna?
I can't wait for it to come back. We've got about 3 more months, I guess, maybe 2 more months until it's back.
Which team are you locking in on? Because I know we're gonna be covering. We're gonna be covering college for sure.
I want to see University of Houston have some success.
Yeah. On the football, basketball side, they were really close, but I can see that. For me, of course, I got to go LSU. You guys, y'all know this. I also like to see I want to see how Atlanta does. I want to see Tennessee's pretty good. So I want to see some Alabama might come in effect, even though they don't have that coach anymore. But
how do you think it's going to be different now that the players are getting paid? I mean,
it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more tough. It's gonna be more tougher for sure. That's what I think. Cause college it's a little more easier. You know what I mean? But I know they're gonna be playing like real professionals now, because you getting paid. It's gonna be better. The game's gonna be better for sure. So we'll keep you guys updated on him. Shout out to Lenore Sellers, and we'll keep you guys updated on college for sure. I'm passing over my co-host James, man. What else we got?
Well, I thought we'd go ahead and take a look at the NFL. We have 3 former Dallas Cowboys in serious legal trouble in just a 4-day span.
Oh, man.
And I got this info from Mike Fisher at F1 Sports. And so first up, we've got cornerback Kelvin Joseph Jr., and he was arrested and charged following a fatal weekend highway crash. So it's Saturday morning, Highway 75 near Richardson, Texas, and Joseph was arrested and charged with driving while intoxicated, a collision involving personal injury or death. What are your initial thoughts on this?
Why? That's just the real question. Like, you guys, if you can't handle y'all liquor, y'all don't need to be. If you're drinking, you shouldn't be driving. You got money, hire a driver. You know what I mean? Like, why put yourself in unnecessary? You know what I mean? And it's like they can suspend you. You cannot play. Like, why? It's not working.
Yeah, and he wasn't even in the NFL anymore. I think he was with the UFL at the time. So he was trying to get back into the NFL.
Well, you ain't getting back doing that, making those type of decisions.
And he does have a history that I know we've covered on the show, and it was shooting at a strip club, and he was involved in it, but didn't come forward or talk about it or anything. And the person who had committed the shooting got into the same SUV with Joseph as they left the club.
Okay. So he had ties with whoever.
Yeah, it sounds like, I guess my question is, why can't he stay out of trouble?
I don't know. I think it might be his friend. It might be because sometimes it do be the friends that surround you, influencing you to do. If they feel like you easy minded, then they'll try to, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, turning back to the crash, according to police, it was a 27-year-old woman named Cordy Morris who was riding a motorcycle, and she ended up dying in the crash. Do you think Joseph was possibly drinking and driving?
Yeah, no, he was. He definitely was drinking and driving. That's no question. Rest in peace to that young woman. That's a tragic. That's tragic.
Yeah, he called the cops around 5:39 a.m., informing authorities that he was involved in a fatal crash with a motorcycle. And my question is, why did he run?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why people run in those situations. It's like they're gonna find out. You know, you can't run forever. You're gonna get caught at some point.
That's almost exactly kind of what he did with the club shooting.
Yeah.
Was he left
Got to
come forward
right.
until he was identified.
I think it's better to come forward, especially if you're a professional or anything like that. It's better to just come forward anyway. You get better results doing that than running and hiding.
And then, you know, a woman was killed during
Yeah.
this whole thing, and I'm wondering if he doesn't leave the scene, he doesn't run. What if he calls an ambulance and saves her life instead?
He could have tried to. That would have been. He would have got lesser punishment doing that wrong.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So on CowboysCountry.com, they said that Joseph's bond has been set for $1,000, and for the DUI charge, $25,000 for accident involving death charge. And he only played in 26 games for the Cowboys,
Yeah.
and he actually didn't really do very much for a second-round pick. He was actually kind of a bust for us.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys do like to gamble in the second round. I know Jerry Jones has called it like something like fun money or like free money to just go ahead and gamble on a pick.
Yeah.
Do you think they should stop this?
Yeah, they definitely should stop this. But are they going to stop? Probably not. Gambling is gambling. So
I know them taking the character risks has a lot to do with Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner, passing on Randy Moss in the draft a long time ago. He wanted to be a Cowboy, and then
I remember that. I remember, and then Patriots wound up getting him, which I know they regret it now. They regret that decision.
Yeah, every time he played the Cowboys, he always put on a show.
Sure, I know it, because it's personal, for sure.
So Joseph was eventually cleared of any involvement in that club shooting in Dallas, and he did eventually land with the UFL Defenders this last spring and played 9 games with the team. And as you had mentioned, rest in peace to the lady who.
To that woman, yes, because she didn't deserve that. She was minding her business.
Everybody, be careful on the roads, please.
Especially on bike riders and stuff like that. Yeah.
So, I am curious. Do you think there's something going on with him? I guess, or is he?
Is either something mentally not connect right, or his friends, like whoever is influencing him, he has to be influenced.
And then our next Cowboy to get in trouble. So this was last Saturday night, or a couple Saturday nights back. It was Pac-Man Jones, Adam Pac-Man Jones, and he was put in Kenton County Jail in Kentucky. And the charges against him: assault of a police officer. And he posted the $10,000 bond and was released.
Okay.
So assaulting a police officer. What's going on?
I don't know. We don't know the full story, right? So it's like we're really playing a guessing game. It could have been a cop starting something, or did he start? Like, how did it get to that point?
Yeah, and he was last arrested just a little over a year ago at the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. Yeah, that took place at AT&T Stadium. Where the Cowboys play.
Right, in Dallas.
And so that was involving public intox, assault of a police officer, and then also evading arrest.
Okay.
And this, his arrest that happened recently, that was right across the river in Kentucky, so right across the river from Cincinnati, where he had used to play.
I heard some things about Kentucky. They're kind of mean over there. What was he doing up there? Was he just...
I'm not positive on that, but I am curious why does he keep getting in trouble in the places that he used to play at, or near the places that he used to play?
I don't know. It's something that's still drawing him back there. I don't know if it's like the teammates or just something is drawing him back there though.
And he only played with the Cowboys in 2008 just for one season.
Mm-hmm.
But every time he's mentioned, it's always former Cowboy.
Yeah.
So.
It's kind of always like that, James. You always go back to the city and get in some type of trouble, I feel like.
And, you know, like, public intoxication, I can understand how people could get a ticket like that.
Yeah.
They're out there having fun, and they have a little too much fun.
Yeah.
But, you know, what's with the violence, I guess?
I don't know. You know, when you drinking and stuff, you're not thinking clearly. So if somebody offends you or something like that, some people just, you know, just want to get physical and stuff.
So, yeah, having too much fun turns
turns into emotions, and then emotions turn to fight. That's how it goes. For sure.
And then the next Cowboy to get in trouble recently, Greg Hardy. He's 36 years old, and he's had numerous run-ins with the law. So this time around, he was booked into Richardson County Jail for charges of assault, causing bodily injury to a family member.
Oh yeah, that's.
So yeah, these are serious charges.
Yeah.
Do you think his fighting career has anything to do with these charges?
Nah, I don't think so. I just think that's just he wants to fight people. I think that he wants to hurt. I mean, cause like everybody has some type of common sense. So no, I think he just wants to do that.
Like the other two Cowboys we had talked about, he definitely has a history.
Yeah, his is top on the list for sure.
There was that high-profile domestic violence case in 2014, and then he had a drug arrest in 2016.
Oh, so he got a lot going on.
Yeah, and from that arrest in 2014, he got a suspension in the NFL after photos of his girlfriend had surfaced showing her injuries.
So he was, okay, yeah.
She said that he threw her onto a futon covered with assault rifles. Did you hear about this?
I never heard that he was beating on like his girlfriend.
Yeah, it was a while back. It was maybe 11 years ago,
right.
So it was a while. But I remember reading about it, and the report said that it had something to do with him being jealous of her past relationship with Nelly. So do you think there's any truth to this?
Yeah, I definitely do. It's always something over a woman, man. You know, so it's crazy.
Yeah, y'all, please let us know in the comments what you think about these former Cowboys getting in trouble, and do y'all think they'll be able to keep their noses clean from now on?
I hope so, man. Definitely, because the season about to come back soon. So.
And then up next, I thought we'd go ahead and switch gears over to the WWE. We've got Liv Morgan, wrestler, has been stalked, and the stalker was arrested.
Oh wow.
And you know, Liv Morgan, she's my favorite pro wrestler, and she was featured on the Chucky show. That's a spinoff from the popular Child's Play horror film series. So, just to start us off, is Chucky iconic in the horror community?
Absolutely. You can't. Chucky, that movie never gets old, James. Like it's a horror classic. It never gets old.
Yeah, Liv said that she was a fan of Chucky since she was a kid, and she was able to appear on the show and to get killed by Chucky, and she referred to it as a dream come true.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy sports crossovers?
I do. I definitely do. I like the backstories behind it, like just different stuff they're into. So.
I think every time we talk about athletes going into the entertainment, we always want to see more of that.
More, yeah. Definitely. We covered NBA players turning into rappers, football, doing this, doing that. So y'all just keep it going.
So getting killed by Chucky was one of her bucket list items. Is that a typical wrestler mentality?
Yeah, definitely. I think that helps her kind of brings the toughness in the WWE.
Going out and putting on a show
right.
and bringing the physicality. And so looking at that stalker, this is from SEScoops.com, and the latest on Liv Morgan's alleged stalker was that he was stalking her outside the WWE Performance Center in Orlando. And this took place Tuesday night, June 3rd, 2025.
Oh, wow.
And then there's a quote here from social media. People were talking about it. A legit stalker was arrested outside the PC tonight. Multiple bags of evidence taken in by police officers. I wish I was making this up, y'all. Y'all need help. Seriously, shaking my head. So do you agree they likely need some serious help?
I'm pretty, yeah, I do, but at the same time, it's always that overly fan. It's a fan, you know what I mean? But it's some fans, they do a little bit too much. Cause you can't just do what you want to do, you know what I mean? I mean, you're a fan, you have to, yeah.
What's with the multiple bags of evidence? I'm wondering what was in those bags, or what
I'm pretty sure that's what everybody's wondering. What's in the bags, man? For sure.
So the alleged stalker was stopped and arrested outside the WWE Performance Center, and they're still in custody. So that's got to be scary for Morgan.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's affected her wrestling at all?
No, I mean she'll get through that. I mean, like I said, I know it's probably a new experience, but she'll get over that. I mean, it's a lot of fans that do too much. You know what I mean? Overly stalk or overly get involved, and they do get kicked out, arrested, or anything like that. So it's just that type of situation.
And this, has probably been an issue since, athletes, entertainers, actors have been around
for years. Yeah.
Much. What could be done to maybe avoid this from happening, stop this from happening?
Honestly, it's kind of hard to answer that because it be happening so random, James. Even with basketball, a fan comes out on the court, runs out on the court, does something crazy, football, this and that. So you really don't expect it to happen. I think that's what makes it so random. But security, of course, they come and handle it. But yeah.
So yeah, just maybe putting out more security guards for.
At least maybe around the rings, or that might help.
Yeah, and WWE has had bad stalkers in the past.
Yeah.
There were people stalking Sariana and Sonya Deville, and then this one was pretty interesting. A man smeared feces on the Performance Center wall, and he got shot by police in 2015.
Oh my goodness.
So that's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. It seemed all the women fighters, they gotta look out. They gotta really watch out.
Yeah, I don't even know why that specific part was even in the article. Can you imagine something like that happening?
Leaving the arena and seeing that, stomach would be turned, for sure.
And according to Wrestling Outlaws, they recently had wrestling writer Vince Russo on, and he was talking about it. He was talking about the stalker and Liv Morgan and all that. He said he's got to put the heat where the heat has to be, bro. They're making themselves too accessible. They really are. On social media, they're making themselves too accessible, bro. You're talking about wackos. And if you're coming across as a nice as honey person, down to earth, bro, wackos are going to think they got a shot with you.
Easy, yeah.
So that's a pretty controversial take on this
It
situation.
is controversial, because, I mean, what if that's their personality? I know WWE, you got to play a certain, you got to be tough, you got to, act a certain way. But these are still regular people at the end, at the end of the day. So it's like, what if she's a chill, read books, chill type of personality? She can't control the personality.
Yeah, and shouldn't we blame the psychotic people who are doing this?
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, I mean, she's doing her job. I can see if she's doing a little too much on the internet or something like that to get that attention drawn, but she's not doing that. So
I think here probably one of the main things on social media that I think the biggest issue is not being nice to people or it's not anything like that. It's letting people know where you're at and sharing your location. I think that's probably the biggest issue.
that's the number one no. Celebrities, I've seen it happen. People lost their lives sharing their location, or somebody close around them sharing their location. You know what I mean? Never do that.
We're not at Bam Barracks right now, guys.
No, we're yeah.
So he continued on. He said they've got to stop putting themselves out there.
Yeah.
And he's not making excuses for the crazies. They are whack jobs, they're crazy people. But these are women presenting themselves as beautiful, sexy, nice. He is blaming the victim, and I think the main issue, as we had mentioned, is putting out social media locations.
Yeah, that's because I understand that's your personality, that's how but you still have to move really strategic, because you are a professional public eye. So
he was even went back to talk about classic female wrestlers and saying things like, "Are you going to stalk Jacqueline, Luna Vachon, Sherry Martel? You're not going to stalk these people because you'd be scared to death. They'd kill you."
Yeah.
So I think he's wrong about this. I think that many of these wrestlers could easily defend themselves. If they needed to.
Absolutely. I mean, if he doesn't stop this, he's going to run into the wrong wrestler who's really about that, and you know.
But I think the issue though is they shouldn't have to defend themselves.
Yeah, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. That's unfortunate because you don't see it. You don't hear a lot of things like other female sports like in those type of situations. I don't know why wrestling is the main. I don't know.
I was kind of curious too about this. Speaking about Vince Russo, he's a writer, so how much does he really know about defending himself?
It's true. I mean, all he does is write. So I don't know.
Y'all, please let us know what you think about stalkers, stalking celebrities, or sports fans in general, and
what can we do to stop it, you guys? For sure.
And we got about 10 minutes left. I'm not sure if there's enough time to go over my last one.
Last one?
There might be. Let me see.
If not, we could just talk.
Okay, yeah, I think we have time.
Okay, let's do it. What's the next one, man? What we got up?
So the biggest player in the NFL. I got this from Yahoo. They talked about how Desmond Watson is the biggest player in the NFL.
Desmond Watson. Let me look this guy up right quick, you guys. 1 second. Let me see.
At Florida's Pro Day, he weighed in at an astounding 464 pounds. And this was about a month before the NFL draft.
Oh, my goodness. You got, I'll show it right here on the screen.
He played 4
Oh,
seasons with the Gators, and he recorded 63 total tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, and 1.5 sacks.
Oh, he's massive.
What do you think about those numbers?
He's definitely massive. Dan, I'm looking at a picture of, like, I guess an old picture. He was really skinny, James.
Yeah, he's a tall guy. I think he's maybe about 6'6".
Wow.
And, looking back, offensive tackles Trent Brown, Daniel Falele were both drafted, and they were listed at weights of 380 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
So,
he's going to be a beast in the NFL.
Yeah, that's nearly 100 pounds heavier than the,
Yeah, he's gonna be massive for sure.
So with him on the rival Buccaneers, are you worried for the New Orleans Saints?
Yeah, I am, because he's the offensive line, right?
Defensive line.
Defensive. Oh yeah, we gotta kind of watch out for him. The quarterback, I would say, because he probably throwing guys excuse me, you know what I'm saying, and getting through that.
I wonder if he's the Saints' answer to the Buccaneers' answer to Alvin Kamara too.
Yeah. I mean, Alvin would definitely have to go a different route. So yeah.
The previous heaviest player in the NFL was former O-tackle, 410-pound Aaron Gibson. So looking at Watson, could somebody try and break the new 464-pound record?
Yeah, I can see that. Gibson could help. Somebody has to kind of stop him some type of way. So we'll see.
In 2021, he was 385 pounds as a freshman, 415 pounds as a sophomore, 435 pounds as a junior, and then in his senior year, he finally hit 449 pounds.
So he was just gaining weight, getting bigger.
Yeah, it sounds like he's still growing.
Yeah, yeah.
And so for the NFL, do you think he should maybe slim down or keep the weight about the same?
Keep it at least like early 400, because you don't want to get too big, James, because it makes it harder, health problems and different stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just not easy to move around
when
the way
you're
you
big
used
like
to.
that. Yeah. So try to keep it at a good weight.
So it's been his same problem, not problem, but the same concern throughout college.
Mm.
So do you think his weight was maybe why he went undrafted?
Yeah, the weight definitely has something to do, because I know a lot of recruits are probably worried, like, can he even last all day in the game, or can he catch his breath, stuff like. Because when you're big like that, you gotta, yeah.
He's saying it's definitely hard about the diet and food cravings. People want him to look at it like another addiction, not drugs, but it's addicting.
Yeah, it is an addiction, and he would have to create him a healthy meal plan to kind of get his weight back in.
Yeah, that was my next question. Do you think the Bucs dietitian will help him?
Yeah. It would, and I think they should act on it now, early, while he's, rookie and developing. Get him into that keep him in that late 3, early 400-pound range. Keep him in.
And for him to know that, looking at food as kind of a drug, does that sound like the right mindset?
No, it's not the right mindset, but it is. Food can be a drug if you abuse it, for sure. You definitely want to have a balance, you guys, when it comes to food. Don't just eat all junk. Don't just eat all. I'm eating fruit right now. You feel me? So yeah, definitely balance it out.
And he definitely showed out at the Florida Pro Day.
I know it. I see. I'm looking at it now.
He bench pressed 225 pounds 36 times. And that would have been the best mark at this last year's combine.
That's a heavy animal, you guys. That's like a light little animal. He's probably picking up jaguars.
He also completed the 40-yard dash in 5.93 seconds and had 25 inches on a vertical jump. Do you think he should have been invited to the combine?
Absolutely. I know if he hasn't, I know he is after this season comes, if he plays right.
And as an interior defensive lineman, he got a ton of snaps, but he actually also got snaps on the offensive side of the ball as a fullback. So can you imagine that 6'6", 464 pound
coming at
running
you
back?
blocking? Oh my goodness, ain't nobody getting him down. Nah.
And he took a handoff for 1 yard and actually converted a first down for the Gators in their bowl game victory over Tulane. And that was his final college game. Is it special to be able to do that as final game?
Yeah, it's special, and that benefits the Buccaneers because they probably seen that and like, yeah, we can use him for 1 yard plays and 1 yard touchdown, whatever we need to do.
That would be interesting to see him doing that at the pro level.
Oh yeah, he's gonna do it.
And just doing it at the college level, what do you think about him going viral after that?
It was known to happen. I mean, because you don't use a lot of those big guys. You use them for blocking and covering, But when you do trick plays and do stuff like that, the big players get that shine, that recognition. So, yeah.
I would definitely urge everybody to keep an eye out for Desmond Watson. And, if he stays on with the Buccaneers and plays well, we could maybe see him shaping into an NFL personality.
Yeah, just get that weight right. Get ready for the season. He still got time. And, yeah. He'll be good. He'll be all right.
So y'all, please let us know in the comments what you think about Desmond Watson, and will he get any carries for the Bucs this season?
Yeah, we'll see you guys for sure. But that's the end of our show this morning. J&J Sports episode 112. We appreciate it. We had to give you guys this heat. We just had to. James, how you feeling, man?
I feel excellent. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Everybody at the Jokey James audience, please make sure you look for us at small letters JJ Sports and then all caps UHD.
Yeah, subscribe, man. Share all your friends. Let's keep building this sports nation for sure. But as always, I'm Jomyrin McKeel.
I'm James Sherwood.
And y'all just got served with a plate. J&J Sports episode 112. See y'all next week for the finals. Peace.
Excellent.
Oh yeah. How's heat? Flame. Yeah, man, you got some views for sure. I looked over there, they popping up. Oh, hell yeah. I think if we keep doing that, that's going to help us too.